received our advertising decoder rings and learned the secret advertising handshake. Some are commandments, others are suggestions. The rest are nifty tips, like the ones that help you add 5 yards to your golf swing. When I give creative radio advertising seminars, I'm fond of noting many of the tricks I've learned for writing radio ads. For instance, if you need to make up a number, say an address or the number of years 2 characters have been married, use 11, because 11 is the funniest number in the English language. It's just one too many. Another tip, physical comedians are rarely funny on radio. And when timing a script to fit 30 or 60 seconds, don't use a stopwatch. Instead, count the words. I'll show you what I mean. Ready, Keith? Go. Writing a script for a voiceover is a tricky business in so many ways. A common mistake is to jam too many words into that confined space. Over the years, I learned a nifty trick for timing out a comfortable script. Instead of running a stopwatch, we count the words. The rule of thumb is this: 185 words fill 60 seconds comfortably. For a 30-second script, the 85 words I'm reading right now should just fill that space nicely. How'd we do, Keith?
29.87 seconds.
That's okay, Keith. Just get the stopwatch fixed when you get a chance. Another trick I teach is that hard C and K sounds are funny, as the great Mel Blanc once demonstrated so beautifully for Johnny Carson. Leaving on track 5 for Anaheim, Sousa, and come on. Exactly. Cleveland is funnier than New York. Cutlery is funnier than spoon. It was a phenomenon first noticed in the era of live TV shows. Every time a performer used a hard C or a K word, the audience laughed. But these are tricks and guidelines, not to be confused with the rules from the big book. Like this one, make the product the hero of an ad. In other words, the brand is the star around which the creative content orbits. A textbook case is this wonderful ad from Austria about recycling. To make its point, every word and phrase in the spot is borrowed, recycled from other actual commercials, and cut together in a kind of Frankenstein message. Warum etwas Altes einfach wegwerfen? Ist doch schade. Sich aus altem
There we are. Looks nice, doesn't it?
Rusty or rusted. Here's an English translation.
Throwing away all things and throwaways to
So this is calendula flowers.
because this radio spot was created pasting together bits of old radio spots. That's how easy and effective recycling is. Why not try it yourself? With free recycling. www.recycling.at.
A great creative idea draws you in. A particular creative device of making a commercial from recycled commercials makes the product the hero. The product being the idea of recycling. That spot begins with an advantage over so many other messages. It's selling something whose benefits are widely understood.
This is tea tree.
Its
Smells
only
like
task,
it.
then, is to remind people of something that most of them already accept. For those in the marketing world who don't enjoy that luxury, here's another rule worth noting. Advertising shouldn't sell a product. It should sell a benefit. This I have always believed. A product is something an advertiser makes, but a benefit is something a customer uses. In rare cases, as in this spot for an American hospital, the benefit is as simple, as profound, as life over death.
72-year-old Karen Tomlin was actively involved in her church.
72-year-old Karen Tomlin was actively involved in her church.
She started suffering from severe chest pains.
She
learned that there were extensive blockages in her arteries. 2 conventional angioplasties failed to clear the blockages.
Doctors at the time used a procedure called rotoblader to open her arteries.
It's very beautiful, isn't it?
The symptoms disappeared.
It's very strong.
Members of the church pray for her recovery. Members of the church say her recovery is a miracle.
Which hospital you choose can make all the difference in the world. Mount Sinai. Another day, another breakthrough.
In the U.S., where people might shop for a hospital, what is the key benefit they're looking for? The best possible treatment for what ails them. Identifying that key benefit can be a lot trickier than it sounds. Compare that spot to
Isn't that
this
beautiful?
spot for another U.S. hospital who focus not on a key benefit, but rather their product. In this case, the caliber of the doctors it hires.
The doctors at Piedmont Hospital are some of the best in the city. They're so good, in fact, that they can treat patients who suffer from things like chronic fear of weasels, bad gas mileage, poor SAT scores, and even the inability to fly. They're so good that they've successfully delivered more than 465 billion trillion babies, not including when they delivered themselves. The doctors at Piedmont Hospital provide the best care money can buy, not to mention the fact that they're fireproof. They can breathe underwater, sleep standing up, and are ineligible to compete in spelling bees because the doctors at Piedmont Hospital wrote the dictionary. In their free time, the doctors at Piedmont Hospital invented the moon, butterflies, and gravy. The doctors at Piedmont Hospital are smart, good-looking, always smell of homemade brownies, and drive eco-friendly hovercrafts that are powered by the laughter of children. Okay, so the doctors at Piedmont Hospital aren't superhuman, but after you've been in their care, you think they are. Piedmont Hospital.
Doesn't this look like gingerbread?
The best people. Those are two very different approaches. What impresses you more? The
Oh,
hospital that
pumpkin
promises
bread.
the benefit of state-of-the-art solutions to medical problems, or the other one that talks about its product, doctors who hail from the planet Krypton. Which brings us to another time-worn rule of advertising, that a brand should offer a unique benefit to all competitors. This began with a concept we brushed upon in the past, the unique selling proposition, created in the 1940s. And who better to elaborate than our own Steve Gardner? Steve?
Thanks, Terry. The unique selling proposition, or USP, was indeed created in the 1940s by legendary ad man Ted Bates and his chief creative officer, Rosser Reeves. Among their famous USPs, Wonder Bread helps build strong bodies 12 ways, and the Colgate Way stops tooth decay best. The USP has a three-part definition. 1. Each ad must tell the listener, buy this product and you get
See, I like these smaller bars better than if I had a big one that went across, because you can hold this in your hand. The other ones are too big.
And 3. The proposition should be so strong that it can move the mass millions and pull new customers to the product. Using the USP strategy, Bates grew to become one of the world's mightiest agencies. Their clients, meanwhile, experienced a threefold growth in sales. Terry?
Thanks, Steve. That third rule is a biggie. In the words of Rosser Reeves, who was the true author of the USP, if the product does not meet some existing desire or need of the consumer, the advertising will ultimately fail.
You will fail.
A great print ad created by the agency Crispin and Porter illustrates the point. The ad was for the agency itself and showed two identical photos of a guy hitchhiking with a sign. On the left, the sign he held said, "To Jacksonville." Under that photo, it said, "Sales." On the right was the identical photo, except the sign said, "To Moms for Christmas." Under that photo, it said, "Marketing." In short, an effective